Hey everybody, this is Josh Beatler with the Guitar Player School, and in this video we're going to go over the main functionality on how to use Guitar Pro on your iPad. Okay, so there's a couple key things that we need to get into first. The first is how to loop a section. So what you're going to do to loop a section is you're going to hold your finger on the score itself and it will highlight a section in blue. And then you can drag these little blue pucks to select a section. Now, that means when you hit play, only that section that's highlighted is going to play. This is particularly useful if you're trying to work on a difficult passage and there's one section that you kind of keep goofing up, but you don't want to start the whole song over every time you make a mistake. The way I say it to my students is if you have a flat tire, you don't take the car apart, you just fix the tire. So in this instance, it allows you to fix the flat tire. So from the left to right on the top of the screen, there's a left arrow. What that does is that will open up a sidebar and any files that you've already previously downloaded to your Guitar Pro app will be there. When you first get Guitar Pro, there are some files already built in here, but you can either get them from your teacher or find them online. This is where they show up in the section of Guitar Pro. Okay, so now making that go away, I hit that little left and right arrow diagonal and it goes away. Okay, so next to it you see a slider. So what this is it's a speed setter. So at 1.0, the song will play at 100% speed. Now, whether this is accurate for the song or not doesn't matter. Okay, now if I slow that down to 50, you'll notice the whole thing slows down. And if you go faster, it will play faster. Okay, now looking to the right of the play buttons. So there are three symbols. You've got an arrow going in a circle, you got a metronome and an hourglass. So the hourglass is what counts in. So if I hit play with no hourglass, it's just going to start. If the hourglass is there, you're going to get a 4 count or a 3 count or whatever the time signature for the song is. The middle one's the metronome. That's just the clicking sound that happens behind the file playing. And the left one you almost always want highlighted. That's your loop. So if that wasn't highlighted, if that loop was not turned on, then when I hit play, the section that's highlighted will only play once and then immediately stop. So that's a really effective tool. Okay, now looking over farther to the right, there's these 4 symbols. The 3 vertical lines, that's your mixer. So what that does is it allows you to select different instruments if the song has different instruments in it. So for this file that I made for my students, I have the chords, but I also have the melody. So by changing to the melody, steel guitar number 2, then you'll notice that the tablature changed, and now it's a different guitar part entirely. You can also transpose the song, which is really cool if you are trying to get a file and play it along, but you don't have a capo. Really effective tool for that. Okay, the next one is the chord diagram box. So what this does is any chord diagrams that are already in the score, you can view them all at once. And I wonder if they'll change. Nope, they won't. So what that does is it allows you to look at the chords on a bigger screen, look at the fingerings, and even tap it to hear what they sound like. Okay. Now the settings, that's the gear. Okay, so this first one, staff type tablature. If you hit tablature, there's going to be different options. The most effective ones I use for my students are either tablature. In this instance, that's just obviously what it is. Tablature plus standard notation alone, and then slash. Slash is great for when you're just learning a chord chart. You just need to see the chords and the rhythms. But oftentimes it's either going to be tablature or with the case of my students in my campfire strumming, we're learning strumming tunes. So we'll just do how to read rhythms with the slash program. Okay, there's another setting. You probably want the score to be large because you want to be able to see things. Small is pretty damn small, even for my eyes. Then going a little bit further down, the only other setting that you really need is oftentimes there's a fretboard that's activated at the bottom of the screen. You don't need that. You really don't need it for any reason. And a little bit farther down or a little bit higher up, you'll see count after loop. So count after loop, what that does is that when you select a section, it will loop this section. And if count after loop is selected, it will count and play again, just like that. Okay, so that's all the main functionality that you need on how to use Guitar Pro on an iPad. I hope you got a lot out of this lesson. This is Josh with the Guitar Player School. Practice, rock on. If you're interested, you can check out my links in the description with some of my courses for my online students and visit tauntonguitarlessons.com to find out more about how to take lessons with me in my in-person program. And I hope you have a great day.